What are some cheat codes you've found in the game of life? You can mute the self-checkout kiosks. When my daughter was little and still believed Band-Aids cured things. One time she had a belly ache, so I put one on her belly and it made her feel better. Power of placebos. Several times in life I've called a company to confirm my interview time. I didn't have one prior to my call, but in their confusion and inability to even find my resume, I've managed to secure an interview about 4 out of 5 times. Twice I've gotten the job. Smiling is frocking magic. 1. You can hear a smile through the phone, and of course people can see it on your face. 2. People often return a smile with a smile, which spreads positivity. 3. Smiling can actually make you happier, which is a nice feedback loop to be in. 4. Fake it till you make it. Smiles and confidence will open doors for you in life. NeuroNation. Science, benefits of smiling. When I was in my old 500-plus person building, I kept a stack of papers on my desk. When I was bored, or got tired of sitting down, I'd get up, grab my stack of papers and walk around. I called them my walking papers, and did this for months. Got a lot of head nods and not one question the entire time. People always assumed I was on an important mission, but nope, not in the least. P.S. Worked on the executive floor, wing. 2. Take a $1 bill and flip it over. Now tape a $5 bill and tape it to the end of the upside down single with as little tape as possible to make it secure. Now feed the $5 bill into a change machine. The coin machine reads the 5, gives you quarters, then reads the upside down single, rejects that, and boom, you got yourself a felony. Niceness gets you everywhere. I get free sit from being nice, and no, it's not because I'm a cute girl, because I'm not. I'm an overweight, balding man. People respond to niceness. I've befriended the Comcast customer support person. I've befriended the most disliked, crotchety person in our office. I get special treatment at my cafeteria because I treat the service staff like actual human beings. I get fees waived because I asked nicely. Be nice. It costs little and is worth a lot. Once you unlock not giving a frock about other people's thoughts, you basically double your mana indefinitely. If you have no complaints about your food service staff at a restaurant, ask to see the manager and pay a compliment and a thank you about the server, host, staff. Usually people want to see a manager to complain, and a compliment is nearly always welcome. I've gotten countless free drinks, appetizers, chips per % off my bill, all for just making a polite comment to management. Edit. Thanks for the Reddit gold, kind stranger. I had a professor in college who, while lecturing, suddenly let out a huge fart, without pausing. He turned his head as if talking to someone behind him, said, Gesundheit, and continued lecturing as if nothing had happened. It immediately diffused any potential awkwardness and embarrassment, and I vowed to use the same strategy if the same thing ever happened to me in front of a large crowd of people. Not a cheat code, but an Easter egg. If you ask someone if they know all the words to I'm a Little Teapot, around 80% of the people you ask will start singing it. Half of those will do the gestures. If you tuck a chicken's head under its wing and wave the chicken in a circle, it will automatically fall asleep. It's not a very good cheat code, but it's still a cheat code to get you sleeping chickens. Doing your own research, especially on the important stuff. You would be amazed about the bad information people use to make life choices. Walk with a purpose. For some reason, people think you're busy and you don't get hassled. No one stops a guy or girl carrying a pizza. It can get you backstage to concerts. I am an assistant teacher in a preschool. Asking if kids can use their sitting muscles and listening muscles during circle time makes the kids want to show me how strong they are. Compliment your children with, you are a hard worker, and not, you're smart. Studies show that kids who think they're hard workers outperform kids who think they're smart. As an adult, you can tell almost any kid who is running to stop running, and they will. You become the people you surround yourself with. Sneeze on your knuckles before a fight to inflict poison damage. You don't have to always give away the recipe. By that I mean, don't over-explain yourself. If you can't do something 9/10 times, it's okay to simply say, unfortunately I'm not able to do that, can't swing it this time, etc. You don't have to go on and on about why, or make up reasons and list them off. Over-explaining just ends up looking more suspect than simply being clear and concise. When someone says something true, say, you're right, not, I know. It'll make them feel better and you've still shown everyone how awfully clever you are. The remain silent dialogue option is useful. Even if you have to scroll down to find it, it can keep you from failing or getting locked out of certain quest lines. If any website offers a percentage coupon code like 10% off, try higher values like 20% off. They often have them. Ask questions about everything. Ask people about themselves. Be open about stuff you don't understand, and ask questions about that. When you forget someone's name, own up to it and just ask them. I am amazed at how many people won't acknowledge even a tiny amount of ignorance, or won't show honest curiosity about something, can't admit they've forgotten something they feel is important, and won't ever ask for help. Guys, your life becomes so much easier if you just drop the frocking ego and ask. I have a heated throw blanket in my living room in the winter. I wrap my coat up in it, crank up the heat, and in a few minutes, my coat is toasty warm so I can brave the coldest day. Get a credit card like Amex Blue that has 3 to 6% cash back at groceries. Buy all your items at grocery store. I'll use Kroger as an example. You can buy normal groceries plus gift cards, Amazon, Delta, H&M, McDonald's, whatever, and get the cash back on that deal. Then, if you time it with their 4x fuel rewards, you can save $1 per gallon off gas up to 35 gallons. Altogether, the math works out to being 12 to 15% off pretty much everything IRC. You can borrow almost all of your textbooks from the library as a college student because of modern book rental agreements most colleges have. WorldCat allows you to be linked to almost any library in America, and all you have to do is find your book in the system and fill out a request form at a library and it should be there in a week. I've saved probably $2,000 doing this in my first 2 years of college. I cannot overstate how much dressing well and being well groomed will impact your life. It'll drop the difficulty by 2 or 3 levels. No joke. People will treat you vastly differently. The opposite is also true. When married, don't stop treating your significant other like you did when you were trying to win them over. It is a great way to show them you're still as infatuated with them as you were when you first met. Pause like wait. When asked a question or engaging in idle conversation and someone is speaking, do not immediately begin your reply when they stop speaking. They usually aren't done. And in the case of questions, most people aren't finished, and if you give them time they usually provide the answer to the question as well. So yeah, listen as well. As a doctor, I learned that earning grades and learning are 2 different things. Not asking or talking about drama going on at the workplace. Underpromise and overperform. Say you'll achieve less than you think you will and then do more and everyone will be impressed. Works well at a job. If you're genuinely pleasant to be around and you show up when it counts, people will let you get away with a lot of slacking off. Also, people like talking about themselves. When you meet someone, just ask them questions about their lives or the things they've done. If you have enough questions, you won't ever run out of things to talk about during the conversation and they walk away feeling so heard. Plus, then you know more about them and next time you see them you will have even more to talk about or follow up on. Hey, last time I saw you, you were mentioning this thing at your job. How did that go? Etc. Faking confidence usually leads to actually being more confident. I love the phrase fake it till you make it. It's incredible how much success is a byproduct of just acting confident about whatever you are doing. If you admit you're wrong and make changes to whatever it is that you're wrong about, people will respect and appreciate you more. Unfortunately, this requires the swallow ego pill patch installed. Without this, you will be incapable of being a civil person. Just be nice, particularly to people in the service industry. Your job, your personal interactions, even your calls into customer service will go 100% easier if you're just nice to people and recognize that they're probably just trying to do their job, not screw you over. Act like you belong. In any situation, it will change your life. Also, I've found that you become what you pretend to be. So be good. Use the word soon instead of later with your loved ones, or if you are trying to form a new connection with someone. It shows you are interested in talking but currently busy with something, e.g. talk to you soon. Edit: this doesn't apply to all the scenarios, and it's not creepy or serial killery if you follow rule 1 and 2. In dating, that's another cheat code in the game of life. Edit: 2. What is rule 1 and 2? If you are punctual, smartly dressed, and quite friendly, you can actually get pretty far in most jobs without being that good at anything or trying very hard. If you're bald and shave your head, you'll be mistaken for an angry skinhead and panhandlers won't ask you for money or cigarettes. No. Skips the boring side quests. If you work Monday to Friday, spend a small amount of time on Sunday afternoon, evening sorting out your lunch for the week. I batch cook a pot of something and portion it out into 5 containers. It saves a ton of money, it's usually healthier, and it saves time having to make something quickly each morning because you can just grab a container out of the fridge and go. Believe in yourself. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's true. When you believe in yourself, anything is possible because you are no longer bound to the expectations of others. Your life truly becomes your own. Close runner-up would be awareness over your thoughts and emotions. More awareness, more control, less reactions, more happiness. Investing money is ridiculously underrated. There are dividend ETFs that will pay you a monthly dividend. An easy math gimmick is that $1,000 in an ETF that pays 6% is about $5 per month. It doesn't seem like much, but if you work at it, you can build your own basic income. Bonus. Dividends are taxed way less than regular income. C. R. Personal finance, and R. Financial independence. Or R. Lean fire if you don't make much money. If you're physically attractive, you can get away with a lot of sit. No matter what your bedtime and wake-up time is, stick with it. After a decade of being that person on Facebook at 3 a.m. and off to work 4 hours later, I started to view sleep as an enjoyable activity, not a chore. Game changer. Mornings are never a drag. If I have trouble sleeping, I can make up for it the next morning without frocking up my whole day. When it's your bedtime, turn off the lights and wait. And don't touch your ducking phone or your computer. Don't get out of bed, wait. When your alarm goes off, get up. Repeat for 2 weeks. Enjoy a better life. At a burrito shop, get half of one protein and half of another. They usually end up giving you like 20% more. Exact science here. Plus you get mo flavor. Mirroring people's body language and tone of voice will make them comfortable with you quite quickly. Set the Do Not Disturb feature on your phone to turn on from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. You will sleep so much better without constant notifications from emails, games, or your mother-in-law who wants to send a group message at midnight because she is in a different time zone. If you have people you want to be able to reach you, family, girlfriend, boyfriend, you can make a special list that will let only their calls, messages come through. Call people by their name, but not annoyingly or too often. That gets creepy in a hurry. People love to hear their name and you're a good person for remembering it. I have a skin-colored earpiece Bluetooth that I use at work without anyone knowing so that I can listen to music and podcasts. If you call your boss a cunt, you don't have to go to work anymore. Do your best to show your appreciation for the administrative assistants where you work. Be friendly. Get them Christmas gifts. Show your appreciation for the work they do. These people hold an incredible amount of power and can save your ass. If you're at a bar and want a girl's number, don't ask for her number. Instead, ask for her Snapchat and they will 99% of the time agree, regardless if you're ugly, undesirable, etc. Hit them up the next day and see how it goes. I've had good results doing this. Edit. Not that I'm ugly or undesirable. My mom says I'm handsome. Living within your means makes life pretty easy. There are no cheat codes in pay-to-win games. Just because you don't have the skill they ask for on the job description, doesn't mean you shouldn't apply. You can always get the job first, then learn later. Or in most cases, they will almost always train you before you officially start. You're already halfway in the battle when you apply. Introverts think then talk. Extroverts think while they talk. Took a class that said if you want to run a good meeting, wait 10 seconds before moving on. Introverts, such as myself, need time to process before they speak. Started running my meetings this way, and I will be damned if the introverts didn't start speaking more and providing really good input. Best one I ever got was a word of advice from my dad. Don't go out and try to make friends. Instead, go out and don't make enemies. You'll be amazed at how many friends and acquaintances you have on the other end of this, because everyone will see you as friendly and approachable and will even stand up for you as a nice person. If you go out and try to make friends, other people for no real reason, other than you being friends with said person, will dislike you because cliquish foolishness. 100% true. Edit. Just to clarify, this was just before I went off to college. I made my closest friends there. Adult life afterwards does require a slightly different strategy. But this does work in very social places like work, church, clubs, etc. Still, in my experience, sleep a few hours later so you don't have to pay for lunch. Hide ice cream or popsicles inside an empty resealable vegetable bag from Costco or any other store with large resealable bags. Your kids will have no idea they're there, and you can disperse them accordingly or hog them for yourself without them knowing. Eat fiber at every meal. Stay away from meals with 0 grams fiber. If you are at a loss, eat carrots or celery or an apple with every meal. Avoid colon cancer. The same amount of calories eaten in a day wherein one has the proper amount, 25 to 30 grams, of fiber will cause more weight loss than one with low to zero fiber. Easier to lose weight that way. Easier to maintain healthy weight that way. Fiber is shorthand for, am I eating healthy? If you are getting the right amount, you're almost certainly fine. And better than 90% of Americans. IDK still searching for the God mode and all ability unlock. If you're ever trying to get somebody to agree with you, not a lot when you make points and say their first name often. It's used frequently in sales, so on the flip side, if you don't want to be sold something and you notice the salesperson doing these things, you can be aware of what they're doing. Entering the code 911 into your phone lets you spawn cop cars. If someone is going to complain about you to their boss, or your boss, or call the cops for a noise violation, or something like that, all you have to do is complain about them first and you'll usually come out the victor. In these situations it's way less about who is right and who is wrong, and way more about who lodged the initial complaint against whom. None of these things are actual cheat codes, though. Guys, this is all how to play the game correctly. Always keep the top half of your gas tank full instead of the bottom half. Say, thank you, instead of, I'm sorry. In most situations, thank you for your patience is much better than, I'm sorry I'm late. Messing up my hair and wearing the 1,000-yard stare makes homeless people ignore you on your walk to work in the morning. Try being, like, crazy good looking. Y'all seriously don't brush ya teeth in the shower? Stay nice and warm and save some time and easy clean up. I hated brushing as a kid but loved showers. Wish my parents knew. Build yourself a network of people. You'd be surprised how valuable contacts are in the professional world. This can be anything from being asked for help, to getting business from someone, to applying for jobs, to even getting into places you wouldn't otherwise be able to. I've recently discovered intermittent fasting. It's nothing crazy like going weeks without eating but simply keeping my eating window within an 8-hour period. I've lost a lot of weight, and my doctor has commented on how my BP, HDL, LDL and general well-being has improved dramatically, just by skipping breakfast. Or more technically, eating breakfast around 1 or 2 p.m. instead of 9 a.m. And yes, both my doctor as well as several others are saying it's perfectly safe and healthy, despite it going against current, common, knowledge. CNTRL Alt delete your ass out of anything that causes you unnecessary stress. Being able to make a girl orgasm during sex is like a love potion. Being on time is seen as being a better worker than staying an hour late. Underpromise and overdeliver. Show don't tell. Be born into a wealthy family. Masturbate before any major decisions in life. Women, big purchases, anything, just rub one out then decide. Number 1. Want to be more attractive? Look like you take care of yourself and work on an attitude where you don't care so much what other people think or do. That's a lot of it right there. As for the look, just be in decent shape. Have good hygiene including a good and well-maintained haircut. And wear clean clothes that don't look old and are reasonably adult in style. For the attitude, you want to be relaxed without being lazy. Don't sweat the small stuff, but talk to them about the big stuff right away. Listen rather than just waiting for your turn to talk. Get to know people at whatever pace is good for them. Don't force things. See people for who they really are, not who you want them to be or what they can be for you. Control+F, or Command+F, on a computer. It gives you the power to easily find any keyword or phrase on the page. However, it has the side effect of ruining your ability to visually scan a physical document. Farting then smelling your own farts will create an immunity to them.